Hello everyone. So in today's lecture we will bring us to some kind of a approximation of PID controller, which are in text referred to lead and lag compensation. We will start with lag compensation, which essentially is an approximation of proportional plus integral controller, PI controller. Well, I know provides perfect tracking of constant reference input and helps in rejecting constant external disturbance. We said that this repeatedly, will keep saying this over and over. Of course, this is not by itself stable, it has loop at the origin, and so therefore well, it is not stable system. We also saw we have integrator wind up property, and also in some cases we had seen for higher order system it can actually destabilize the closed loop system. I add a integrator and I do the maths, and it says that steady state error is 0. But say, hold on, the system is actually unstable and you can't apply final value theorem blindly. Now let's say say take a condition where the small steady state error are acceptable. Okay, in that case a perfect tracking may not be necessary, right? If I look at the cricket ball, I do this and it goes to no, I do this right and it goes to DSR, it's okay, right? Even if ball is hitting the stump and if the margin of error is say 0.01 millimeter, I'm okay with that, right? It will still be the umpire call 3 reds or 3 greens and all those dramas which add up. Okay, so in that case some small steady state errors are acceptable, right? Now these things led up to the following approximation of PI controller. So we start with ideal one, which is Kp plus Ki by S. Okay, so I just add up not a pole at the origin but very close to the origin, could be much as 0.01, P being very close to 0. Now design processor, we will see how close 0 it should be, right? And on further, well, this now look like again a 0 and pole, so it should in such a way that the pole is very close to origin and some 0, right? So this will see how to design this, right, where K is equals to Kp and Z is equals to Ki by Kp. So approximation of Pi, which is a lag compensator, what does it do? Instead of having a pole at origin and 0 on the left hand side, now we have a pole and 0 in left half plane, right? And it is stable controller, right? Z is less than 0, P is less than 0, and it's always stable, and this approximation is called lag compensator. Now we may ask ourselves, from when you are actually playing around too much with the system, right? You are teaching us something and but then you are approximating. Now we will see, is the effect of this approximation is disaster, or it is this good enough? So again we start with first order plant. Okay, and I have a PI controller, and the static position error, you know all these, I do all the error and say, well, because of this integral action the steady state error goes to 0. Now consider the same plant with lag compensator. This was the ideal one, right, which we said has very good property in addition to some not very good property too. Okay, so now if I do this K S plus Z by S plus P and I pass it through my plant, I do all the error analysis, and what I get is steady state error is 1 by 1 plus K Z by P, and P is very small, like 0.001 or 0.01, and say this so based on this choice I can make this error as close as 0 as possible, right? So it is not equals to 0, but this is well as close as 0 as possible. So that would be the objective, right? So the steady state error will not be 0 with lag compensator. However, what is my control? I have K, I have Z, I have P, and I can make this as large as possible to achieve a smaller error as possible. Okay. Now, what is the effect of adding lag compensator on root locus? So let me start with a plant. Well, it just kind of fairly good looking. I have 2 poles and there is no 0. So everybody goes to infinity, and just by adding a proportional controller, well, I see, this red line, right? So the poles are and the complex conjugate poles, and then I have a certain steady state error. So I could compute by hand. Now if I add a lag compensator, first let me see the ideal case, right? The proportional plus integral controller. I do all these things and I get the steady state error to be 0, which is theoretically I learned. I have been learning since a very long time now. Now if I, instead of this, I do this like this, I still have S plus 0.15 and I have a pole very close to origin, that is it's like 0.015, right? And then dominant closed loop poles are at certain location, somewhere here, right? Somewhere here, depending upon the magnitude. And then the steady state error instead of 0 is now 0.038, which is kind of fairly acceptable, right? And if you look at root locus, it doesn't really change much. So the qualitative behavior of the system with respect to gain has not changed much. If not little, it will change very small margin, but we still be in very safe zone, right? So I will start with 0 and 0.05. This is right. So what this plot tells us, right? So I have a plot here with P, I have a plot with Pi, and all the time when we are talking Pi, we are talking of perfect tracking, right? Disturbance rejection. So all these are steady state behavior. These are all important and at the steady state. And now while I am playing around with steady state behavior, or I am trying to improve steady state behavior, does it have any bad influence on the transient behavior? So the first plot, which is just adding a proportional controller and combining with PI controller, you see this selection is fairly close enough. So there is not much of compromise on my transient behavior. It will be very good, and I need to actually go to something called lag compensator, which is an approximation of PI controller. Okay, so I say, well, they are more or less, they are very much same, right? And this show so much seems that with the plot I can't really find out any difference. If I zoom in like 100 times, possibly something could happen here, right? So first thing is PI controller has a good effect on steady state performance without compromising too much on transient behavior, and PI is close to lag compensator. Therefore I can conclude that lag compensator, if I implement this, it improves my steady state performance without compromising too much of transient behavior. That's what we will keep in mind whenever we are doing steady state error design for lag compensator design. Now having found a causal approximation for derivative controller, we would again do the similar as we did for PI controller, right? So under a similar approximation, we will again have this K S plus Z by S plus P, where K is I can find what are the constant, Z and so on. Now again this is causal and this is stable, and again this is susceptible to high frequency noise, right? Because it is not a pure derivative term, right? So both 0 and poles are in the left half plane, with pole further away from the origin than 0. Now we will really see why this is true, right? So here it is. So even though both the structures were same, have I also had the same structure, right? It really depends on the choice of poles and 0 to decide which one is lead compensator and which one is lag compensator, and I will shortly tell you that. But before that, let me again, what is the effect of adding a lead compensator on the root locus? So what we saw earlier was adding a derivative component significantly improve my transient response without possibly much change in steady state response. So I start with 1 by s square, for which I saw all the time that my poles, how much ever I changed, again they are on imaginary axis. Now adding a proportional derivative control, which is I am just adding a 0, it just has the effect, it just pull the root locus to the left hand side. Okay, so the poles for a certain gain which were here become somewhere here, right, approximately. So through PD controller, a very smart choice of K and Z, I can place my poles anywhere on the circle, or the circle could be different for different kind of stuffs, right? Now look at this thing. So this is desirable, right, that the root locus experiences a significant shift to the left, and shift to the left is required because I am interested in improving the transient behavior. Now this PD controller, how does it compare to when I just look at lead compensator? Is an approximation. Well, say I have a 0 at -1 here and pole significance further, right? Now when I do this, you will see that there is not much difference between this right green and this blue are fairly close enough to each other, and again with some little adjustment here I can get my closed loop. Here we have performed certain manners, right? So what we concluded here is that PD controller, it affects or it improves the transient performance via the kind of behavior that it pulled the root locus to the left. I also help in increasing the relative stability, but this approximation also does a more or less same kind of job, and this is realizable. So this is possibly is not this is never realizable, right? And you can say, well, then what does this pole do, right? So the only significant difference here is I have S plus Z, but I have a pole. So the reason I had a pole very further away is that the effect of pole, and it goes further and further and get the effect reduces, right, as we have seen in our last lecture. So I will add a pole to make it proper transfer function, but I will keep it far enough in such a way that it doesn't really affect my behavior of system, right? So both compensator now have the structure S plus Z by S plus P. It has one pole, it has 1 0 and gain term, right? So when Z is greater than P, it is lag compensator. If I were just to write down in a very nice way, so the lag compensator should be an integral action, and I can't have a pole at origin. Okay, so I place it somewhere very close to origin. Okay, then 0 would be somewhere here, right? So that 0 is to the left of poles for lag compensator. What did we see for lead compensator? That if I add a pole here, it pulls the root locus to the left, which is nice, which is what I want, right? It improves the transient response, but to make it realize that I have added a pole, so I add a pole far from the left, which means effect of this on transient will be minimum as possible, right? And then of course when we will see why these are called lead and lag compensator. Okay, so when z is greater than p, my angle of transfer function is negative for all omega. Hence, compensator provide a phase lag to the sinusoidal for all frequency. Hence, the name is lag compensator. Similarly, the angle of my plant will be positive for all omega. Hence, compensator provide a phase lead to the sinusoidal signal for all the frequencies. Hence, name as lead compensator. So, having had an approximation of both PD and PI, there exists what about PID controller, right? So this problem is solved by using lead and lag compensator in cascade to each other, so as to approximate PID controller action, right? So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you.